what the line of our song is. It got made famous by the Hollies. But do you really know the origin of this line? Do you, Becky?
No. Everything is clean up.
Tell us.
See, I like this. More out here. We're going to get really interactive. This will be... Oh, this is going to be fun. See, set changes are fun. Well, the phrase is probably most associated with Father Edward J. Flanagan, which is the founder of Boys Town. Father Flanagan came across a line drawing of a young boy carrying his brother in the Christmas 1941 edition of the Louis Alice Messenger. The caption read, "He ain't heavy, mister, he's my brother." It was created by Mr. Van B. Hooper, who later became the editor of Ideals. The drawing was reprinted in the first issue of Ideals in December of 1944. Flanagan felt that the drawing illustrated the work done at Boys Town and received permission from the company in August 1943 to recreate the drawing in color with the caption, "He ain't heavy, father, he's my brother." The phrase became the motto of Boys Town, and that's probably the most associated with this that we are. But alas, the first editor of the Kiwanis magazine, Roe Fulkerson, published a column in September 1924 carrying the title, "He ain't heavy, he's my brother," the first use of the phrase exactly as it was rendered in the song. But preceding that, in 1918, publication by Ralph Waldo Trine entitled "The Higher Power of Mind and Spirit," he relates the following anecdote. Do you know the incident in connection with the little Scottish girl? She was trudging along, carrying as best she could a boy younger, but seemed almost as big as herself. When one remarked to her how heavy he must be for her to carry, one instantly came to reply, "He not heavy, he's me brother." Italian, not Scottish. I should have had Scott do that for me. But it was a good attempt, like my good attempt at the German when I did the Berlin talk, but Siggy was here to correct me.
He's not heavy, he's my brother.
There you go. See, if you were here with Armin last week, I still got Stopsen from flopping in my head. So that was the German I learned then. But anyway, again, no holiness here, just all pure fun. Anyway, in 1884, James Wells, martyr of the United Free Church of Scotland, in his book, The Parables of Jesus, tells the story of a little girl carrying a big baby boy. Seeing her struggling, someone asked if she was tired. With surprise, she replied, "No, he's not heavy. He's my brother." And this is a passage from where this story comes from that book. This passage is entitled Love Seeking. Love's loss is followed by love's search. Love must seek that, the loss of which it mourns. Any soul is worth far too much to be lost. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, speaking after the manner of men, count it worth a great effort. Zero the grandeur of one soul. Its value surpasses all the gold and silver and jewels on earth. "O ye people of great loss," an old preacher used to often exclaim, but no soul is so lost as to be beyond hope of recovery. One part of Christ's quarrel with the Pharisees was that they took the publicans, which is the people, to be utterly lost and hopeless. We are fallen, but not fallen too far from finding again. And when found, the soul is not as base metal with the Queen's image upon it, but it is as a lost coin, tarnished though not useless. Still, the sinner is so far lost that he needs seeking. He is like the strayed sheep, the most stupid of animals. The cat, the dog, the horse, when lost, find their way home. Who knows how? But the sheep has no instinct. The Christless soul is as a lost coin in the dark house of sin, and is as natural for Christ to seek the wanderer, for love must seek its lost one. What man, Christ asked in verse 3, the shepherd were no man if he did not go after his lost sheep. Can Jesus then stand coldly aloof from his lost? No. It is his nature, his business, his interest, his chief end and joy to seek lost ones. The seeking here is personal, very earnest and persevering. If a rich man lose his cattle, he sends his servants after them. If he lose his child, he goes himself and seeks until he find it. You see the woman bustling, lighting her candle, sweeping, dusting, overturning. You see the shepherd clambering over rocks, pushing through thickets, and then returning with the sheep on his shoulders. A heavy burden in a hot day over a rocky path, but yet he feels like that little girl carrying a big boy, who was asked if she were tired, and she replied in a tone of surprise, "No, he's not heavy. He's my brother." The shepherd's burden is his joy. What a value Christ sits on one soul when he does all that to bring it into his fold. And that is what Jesus did for us. He brought us into his fold as we walk down this road of life. This road is very, very long. It is as long as we collectively choose to stay incarnated. We may be crossing the boundaries of belief systems, so I just invite you to open up to this for a moment if it contradicts one of your belief systems. Because again, in New Thought, we're about opening to new concepts. So I'm never going to stand up here and tell you this is what is, even though in my body sometimes it is what is. But I've been called out on that too. That I invite you to look at this perspective of what is. And that is that we are all one. We are one mind and one being. That is why no soul can be left behind. We all go back together. We are 7.5 billion dreams within one dream. And since the dawn of humans and life as we know it, billions more, all inclusive, we've actually been dreaming for 12.5 billion years. Since the dawn of this physical plane as we know it. In Native American or Lakota, Mitakuyasin means all my relations, or all that is. It stands for the two-leggeds, that would be us, the four-leggeds, the winged ones, the creepies, the crawlies, the standing people, which is the trees, the great star nation, all that is. Everything. So no soul can be left behind till we all go home once and for all. It may be 12.5 billion years as we measure it, but from our perspective as spirit, we've only been dreaming for about 25 minutes. So it's okay. We have a break. No worries. You might have to get up to pee. I need a little levity here. These are some concepts that some people will push away and some people will open up to. Reincarnation. Show of hands if you believe in reincarnation. So most of the people believe in reincarnation. Now, everything is relative. You may recycle a bit before we as a whole decide to end the dream. Reincarnation simply means to incarnate again, to come back into form from spirit form. We are all spirits in a physical form, or in a physical body. Even if you were coming from the place of Judeo-Christian, if you listened real closely, Jesus did say this. He said, I am in you, you are in me, and we are one with the Father. And that can't happen physically. We would be like all melded together. That's a spiritual togetherness. The illusion of separateness is because we're walking on the planet in separate bodies. So we think we're separate from God. That's why in today's tithing prayer I was saying, remember to look in each other's eyes. That's where the God is, right here, right here. That's essence of that soul. So you may reincarnate. You may come back in and out of the collectiveness. You get to go in and out of the collective, changing your form along the way. And in between you get a chance to recharge. When we go home, when people cross over, I invite you to look at this concept. That this heaven that we've been taught of is this way station, and you just go there and then you're all waiting for everybody else to die. That's one way of looking at it. But from the perspective of we came from there, we never really left. Metaphysics and physics are coming together to tell me this really is in form for me. It's so lovingly holding the form of a music stand as this holds the form of a book and as I hold the form of Mark. but Becky has sang the song up here, All My Molecules, or All These Molecules, and we know scientifically that we shed skin, we've grown these skin cells, everything is constantly changing. Constantly changing, energy and form, and energy and form, energy and form. You just are in the same form because you as a soul said, I'm going to stay in this form until I quit walking on the planet. Well, when we do cross over, we get a little bit of a recharge because some people have had past life experiences. And I say that loosely because all there is now. And that's a completely different talk, and I don't want to get too deep in that right now. But from the perspective of all there is now, I'm not really looking at a past life. I'm just getting a glimpse of an alternate incarnation that my soul can be tethered to in this moment. If we got every single lifetime we experienced memory of it, we'd go berserk. And sometimes you see homeless people walking around talking to themselves. Don't judge what it is, because they may have some serious memories going on that has them going a little bit berserk. But who are we to judge their life walk? Because there's a reason that happens. We as people have done meditations and things and had glimpses of past life memories. If you've ever, back in the day, Shirley MacLaine was bringing this all to light, and there was a movie called Defending Your Life, where she was a guest in the Past Life Pavilion. You gotta watch the movie, it's funny, it's hilarious. But it's a glimpse that you opened up to be able to see. So as the human, because this is what I'm talking about really, is we need that recharge. So when we go back, when we pass, our spirit gets a little bit of a recharge, a little bit of a remembrance. It's kind of like an oh yeah break, because we get overwhelmed down here. We forgot that we were God. We forgot that we were part of that. We forgot that our essence is the same essence as God. God didn't forget us. Okay, so no fear there. God is all that is. Has never forgotten one of you. And there's 7.5 billion on the planet right now. So, I got off track a little bit, but that's okay. So back to the planet. There's many to choose from. You chose Earth, by the way. There's a bazillion planets out there. Are we going to be so arrogant as to think we're the only one with any life? You chose an incarnation on this planet. You chose the dream of this world here and now. And since you decided to be here on Earth as a human, and while you're on the road to there, because I am bringing it back to he ain't heavy, he's my brother, why not share? I'm always going to speak and tell, this is my perspective, what I'm going to share, that we are the God, we're looking in, we're in a journey, in a physical body, in a physical plane, but we're spirits. That is my base. That is always where I'm going to come from. That is always what I'm going to teach, create your own reality. But we're walking the planet. We got this heart chakra here that is filled with so much love and compassion. It was put there for a reason. We created ourselves to be who we are for a reason. So why not go within that human spirit so wonderfully created in this dream to have love, compassion, empathy, sympathy, all the emotions that connect us on that road to there. Except for the people that really burden us down. I mean, who should we leave behind here? Let's take a vote. Should it be the poor and the needy? I mean, excuse my language, but they can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, right? What about the rich and the oppressive? They really can be a pain in the butt. Leave them behind? How about the crazy? They take up entirely too much space. We can leave them behind too, right? Who else? Well, maybe, let's see, the blacks, the whites, the red people, the yellow people, the mixed races. Who's too heavy for us to not call them our brother? Can you think of somebody in your mind right now? Because I know there's people out there that do, and that's the healing that we need to send out. And I say need because we as a people will die without this philosophy getting that no one's too heavy for us to carry. Owning that is the first step to owning your part as a person, your part in the whole. We all may have private judgments that no one would ever know unless we told them, but again, you can't fool the universe. If you want to be part of the collective, you have to own everything in the collection. The good, the bad, and the ugly are all part of it. If you think about it, the answer to how to live with people are right there on your tongue. I'm always doing tongue stuff, like, is this guy obsessed with the tongue? We have taste buds for everything. Sweet, sour, salty, savory, bitter, spicy. Met any souls like that? Maybe our morning prayer should be, "Oh Spirit, grant me the wisdom of my tongue, that I may know the flavor of everyone I meet. And when I meet someone bitter, trust that sweetness is only a taste bud away." Then again, that again is an inside job of owning our own stuff and our own judgments. You don't have to. It's a free will universe. No one's going to come by and grade you, but this is a key to your personal enlightenment, to your personal journey, to lifting and raising your personal vibration so that you feel better. It is about feeling good. You're allowed to feel good. You have to own the bad. You have to own the discomfort. Let misfortune sit at your table with fortune. It's like I just underwent all this yucky stuff, but look at all the love I'm getting. Guys, I'm owning it all. I've received so much love from this. There's no accidents in life. I didn't plan it. You know, if that inner script writer, I want to look around and go, what is on your mind? And what the heck do I know? It's like, I'm just going to go with the flow of the show and see what turns out. I'm still allowed to have goals, still want to put my intentions out there and dreams. It's my dream. But I have to go with the flow too, because there's another dream going on that I am not always aware of. I got off track, that's okay. You'll be hearing a lyric in this song that says, "It's a long, long road from which there is no return." And that's true, there is no return. We cannot uncreate the universe. We cannot uncreate all that's been dreamt. There's another line that says, "If I'm laden at all, then I'm laden with sadness, that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another." That line has always rang in my heart, although I have to admit something. This is kind of funny too. This is kind of funny. We've all done this in life, heard songs and misheard the lyrics. Like for the longest time, I thought Stairway to Heaven said, "And there's a wino down the road." It said, "There's a wine down the road." Why is there a wino on the road to heaven? But even funnier, I always heard this song as, "If I'm leaning at all, then I'm leaning with sadness." I thought, well, he's carrying the kid, it should be heavy. Laden fits and works a lot better. Just had to share that with you. But it does, because you know what? If this road continues, as it will continue, and the dream is still being dreamt, we might as well learn to truly love each other. And here's the biggest key: to feel it. I have always loved people. I've been a lover of people since I came on the planet, and it's like, you know, wore my heart on my sleeve, but I wasn't always able to feel it. Matter of fact, it's probably within the last 10 years that I've been really able to feel it, with no guilt, without a to-do, without a like, oh my God, I have to go give you all this stuff because you just love me. Do I have enough in reserve to pay you back for the love that you just gave me? So feeling is the key here. Let it move you. I don't know why people think I'm mushy. I have no earthly idea why this has been said about me from time to time, here, there. But again, I'm not as mushy as I am willing to be moved. And I call that my mush factor. It's like a drug for me. I get high off of it. It's like, bartender, I'll take a double. And while you're at it, around for the house. Because that's what it's about for me. It's about the love. What's your mush factor? Do you know? It's like you may have a so I have a mush factor of 2. You can get all pompous with, oh really? Well, mine is 12. If you're gonna be pompous, get pompous about fun stuff. It's kind of like a sleep number. We all have our own sleep number, and you can play with it as much as you want. Oh, not in public, but well, what the hell? It's a free will universe. That's up to you. I'm not going to scoff. I might look the other way. The key is, are you willing to let people move you? Are you willing to let people have fun? Again, honesty works here. The universe knows how you feel. God knows how you feel. Your inner self knows how you feel. Willingness is the key here. It unlocks whatever doors have been closed in your heart for caring, and mostly whatever doors have been locked for letting people care about you. If I had locked those doors, would I have been present to receive the help this community has done for me? No. If I did, I would have done it all rigid and stuff, and it wouldn't have been the gift. One of the lessons that helped me learn to receive is, who the hell am I to deny you to give? Who am I to say, no, you can't give, and be feeling good in your heart? Well, I never had looked at it from that perspective before. That me having an issue with receiving was denying that person from giving a gift, which filled their heart. Who the heck was I to say no to them and deny them their love? I didn't do it with malice. I didn't do it with any intent to hurt feelings. But I realized through this lesson that I was denying someone from letting love flow through their heart. Well, thank you, Spirit, for letting me learn that lesson. And thank you to all my brothers and sisters along the way who have helped me with that lesson. So do you think God started only when humans thought of God? Him, her, all that is? Do you think that when I say we are God, I mean just us, the human race? Because that would be a pretty biased statement. We are still God when we're just dinosaurs. And again, we will be as long as this 3D plane exists. Whether we're humans, and that humans are part of the 3D plane or not, we may become extinct as people, but not as spirits. The karmic laws will still apply while you're on that road to there, and where is there anyway, again, but God, Spirit, our truest selves. That is the journey, the full journey. You know, we did a talk last year about where God, Brahma, from the Hindu world, hid man's divinity. And the story goes that, you know, all the creator gods were told, we'll hide in the highest mountain, man will never look for it. No, someone will climb. We'll bury it in the deepest sea, no one will ever go there. Oh, no, they might create technology to go down there. Well, where are we going to put it? We'll hide it deep within man and woman, because they'll never look there. Until we came along. And people like us that have paved the way to say, hey, look inside. Your divinity's in there. Look in your eyes. It's been there the whole time. It never left. That's what you're born of. Now, some folks are stronger than others and can carry more burdens. And we honor that. And Jesus' whole mission in life was to carry all the souls home, or at least to show us the way. See, again, this is the only two heroes I ever had in my life was Jesus and Jerry Lewis. And Jesus didn't fall from my graces, though. I kind of outgrew Jerry Lewis. Well, I still like some of his comedy, and I sometimes sing like him, but that's okay, too. But if you really look at the man's walk, not Jerry Lewis, but he was all about the souls. I'm going to do a talk in a couple weeks called Hey Yoga, and just give you a little preview about it. We're going to talk about how Jesus crapped on all their rules, but he never dissed a soul. There was no soul that you could bring before Jesus that he ever said was unworthy. I don't care what version of the Bible you have, I dare you, I challenge you to show me a spot in that Bible where Jesus disses somebody and says, you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Your soul isn't worth taking home. I'll give up everything I'm doing right now, because obviously I don't know crap about Jesus if you can show me those words. Now, you may show me some words where he got ticked off and got some high energy and got amplified and passionate about the message, but there's not going to be any words in there that show you or me where he said one person, just one, was unworthy of coming home. So just keep that in mind. So maybe it's not so much for us to pray for burdens to carry or for burdens not to carry, as much as it is to pray for the strength and joy to carry these burdens with love. That's what that master showed us. He didn't complain. This was his mission. It was a mission of love, and I see the missions of love in the eyes before me. I watch the burdens that my fellow brothers and sisters carry with love all the time. I just want you to acknowledge yourself for that. If you're in today's meditation, that's kind of what we did. I just made a suggestion and let you just look at your life and then be grateful for those burdens, because they truly are gifts. And if there are enough of us who can say, he ain't heavy, he's my brother, then we as a people can lift the burdens of humanity And with all our might, we raise it up and give it back to Spirit, so we may walk together down that long, long road to there. Thank you.